Welcome back, art friends. I'm happy to be here with you today, and I have another super fun artist for you. His name is Jeff Koons, and you notice that I have little balloons for the two O's in his name. That is because Jeff Koons is an artist from New York, and he is known for creating super fun art that looks like everyday happy things that make people feel cheerful and smile. So I want to show you this little cute balloon dog because that is what we are going to work on today. His balloon dog is made out of super shiny stainless steel. Can you see it? It's so beautiful. And it is huge. And the one we are going to do today is actually sitting in front of a city with the city in the background as the landscape at a park. So I thought, hey, that will be a little fun for us to do. We'll make our balloon dog nice and big and bright and fun. We'll use some really tricky art techniques to get the shininess of the balloon and put it all together. So let's get started. Check out our supply list. It looks really long, but that's because I really wanted this whole page to work on. So I just put it nice and skinny along the side. All right, so we need some paper, and there are really 1, 2, 3, 4 kinds of paper that we need today, but we can get by with 3. So let's check it out. You need sky paper, whichever color kind of blue you would like, that would be great. I have building paper because on this side of the project, I actually drew my building on white paper and then glued it down. You do not have to do that, but we kind of want to make a city and we want it to be separate. So I put that on white paper, but you can just use your blue paper too if that's what you have. All right, and I'll show you how to do that. We need our grass paper or bushes or greenery. So a strip of green would be great, or even 2 strips if they're not as long as this kind. I happen to have the long paper. And then you need some kind of super bright, fun balloon paper. And for me, I picked this kind of, I don't know if you can tell, it's sort of like hot pink. It's a pretty pink, a bright pink. I think that will look nice together with the 2 other colors, but you can pick any color you want. The other thing you're gonna need are oil pastels. You're gonna need a black for tracing your balloon and drawing your city. You are going to need a white so that we can make the shine. Now I'm gonna call that our shine. So we have our dark, our shine, and our shade. So notice my shade on this balloon is pink, a little darker than my paper. All right, so you want it to be a little bit different than your paper, if possible. All right, so we need our dark, our shine, and our shade colors for oil. And scissors and glue, just so we can get it together. Okay, so I'm gonna push pause, you push pause, and let us get our supplies together and we'll get started. All right, excellent. We're back and ready to go. I have some pretty fun tricks that I think will make this project nice and easy for you today. So let's get started. I'm gonna tape up my blue paper and we'll draw the city. I'll draw it with you on the back, okay? Because you can do that too if you don't want to also get the white paper. All right, so we'll just draw it on the back of this one. That way I'm not wasting another piece of white paper too. All right, so I'm gonna get my dark or oil pastel. You can also use a marker or a crayon, that's fine. All right, and I am going to just imagine that my sidewalk is down here and my grass. And so I'm gonna make my buildings kind of near the top, but not all the way to the top, or at least not all of them. So I'm just gonna use kind of rectangle shapes. So that looks like a rectangle, right? And then without leaving any space between, I'm gonna do another maybe skinny tall one, maybe it's gonna go over. This one I think is gonna be like a church, because there's lots of churches in the city, right? In downtown. So I'll do that and make it kind of come down. And then one more building, maybe this one can have be a little taller and have a couple of smokestacks. Maybe it's like a little factory next door. All right, and it goes off the page. So I have my buildings at the top of the page, and they're all just kind of rectangles, squares, triangles, shapes that we all see in buildings. All right, and for the windows, because they're so far away, I'm not even gonna make rectangles. I'm just gonna make nice thick lines. But notice that my lines are pretty even, because windows are usually one under the other, right? They're not kind of all over the place. So this is gonna be kind of a chimney, I think. So I'm gonna make some different windows on this one. These are gonna be tall and skinny, all right? So they are different. We'll have a little variety. Now in the church, they always have some kind of big stained glass window. So I'm gonna make a circle there. I might make a big arch door here, and then maybe some more circle windows. We can do whatever we want, right? It's our building, and maybe a couple of long windows across there. And one more, and this one's just gonna have, I guess, the regular kind of windows going down. So nice and easy. The buildings are not the star of the show. They're just in the background. So they don't really have much detail. They're very far away. I'm gonna use my shine color or my white to add a few nice big clouds. And if you have crayon, that would work great. If you have chalk pastels, they would look nice too. You just have to be careful not to smear them, of course, while you're working. All right, so there's another big cloud. We've seen a lot of those in Michigan lately, right? And they're kind of going behind the buildings, right? So this is all very far away, and it's not the star of the show, so I'm just gonna leave it be. The star of the show, boys and girls, is our balloon dog. So let's get our grass on next. For the grass, I am not going to use scissors. I know that kind of freaks you out, boys and girls, but it's kind of fun, and grass and bushes are kind of organic lines. They're just all over the place. They're not perfectly straight or anything. So I'm gonna actually tear, and I think that works nicely. So I'm kind of making like some bushes that maybe are at the park behind this sculpture. All right, so we're gonna make our sculpture at the park too. All right, somewhere in the city, right? So people can enjoy it. I'll be happy to start going back to the park and the playground soon, right? So there we go. It's just all bumpy and jaggedy, and it doesn't matter. It's not the star of the show. It is gonna cover some of our buildings because I want my balloon dog to sit on the sidewalk here, all right? And it doesn't matter if our sidewalk is the same color as our background or our buildings. It's fine. So I think I'm gonna do it right about there, just to cover up this little line here, all right? So I'm gonna put some glue on, and now it's time for us to work on our ovals. And I would say the ovals are probably the only little bit tricky part of this project, all right? And that's because there are 7 of them. So I'm gonna show you what you have to do, and then we're gonna actually press pause again so that you can get that done before we finish putting it together. All right, so let's put the grass on, or the park bushes here. I think that's what it is. We'll say that's what that is. And we're gonna leave a little space down here to put our balloon dog. And remember, he's the sculpture, he is the art, he's the focus of this project. So if I would be using my table, boys and girls, I would flop over that paper like a pancake, flip it over, flip flop, and I would give it a nice back rub, because that pushes the glue into the paper with the warmth of your hands, and I'm not as easily able to do that with the easel, but it's better for you to see. So let's go. Next, for the ovals. you are going to use a pencil, or you can use your oil pastel. And can you see mine, boys and girls? There's lots of little messy lines in there because I went around and around and around till I got a really good line. And I'm going to do that for you. Let me get a marker on this paper, all right, so you can see. I am going to go with a rectangle. That helps me to get started. And I did not do this on my pink paper because I don't want to wreck that. This is just my tracer so that all my ovals are all the same size, okay? Because that will make it look a little bit more like a balloon dog. All right, so I'm gonna start with a rectangle, a white rectangle, and I'm gonna just make the letter O or the number 0. And I'm gonna go around and around, or like an egg or whatever, until I get it how I like it. And once I get it how I like it, I'm gonna cut it out. And it doesn't matter that there's some lines here that are not as good or a little bit off. That's okay. And if you notice, if you would really be here in my kitchen while I'm working, you would see that there's like a little bump here. It's really not perfect at all, but no one's gonna see that because they're just gonna see this super cute balloon dog. So don't worry about it being perfect. Don't take too much time on that, but you are going to make an oval and you are gonna trace on your brightly colored piece of paper 7 of these. 7, all right? So I'm gonna write it up here so you don't forget. We want, I'll get a marker that's nice and bright. How about this purple one? We need 7, and I'll put an arrow there. 7 ovals, all right? You need to trace them. Don't cut them out, just trace them. You're also gonna make 1 little triangle. And it can be a little bit curvy, but you know how when you tie off a balloon, there's that little piece that kind of looks like this? That piece is this, and it's going to be the dog's nose. You need 1 of those. So just draw that. You're also going to draw 1 super skinny, like a letter D. Because on all those balloon animals, they leave a little bit of the balloon not blown up, and it's kind of skinny like that. And we're going to use that for the tail, nose and tail. So you need 7 of these, trace them, don't cut them. 1 of these and 1 of these. Trace them, don't cut them out yet, okay? So I'm gonna pause again so that you can do that. All right, now we have 7 of these, and before you cut them out, it is so much easier to add the shade and the shine. So the shade is a curved line with, in my case, the pink, and the shine is a curved line on the other side of white. So you need shade and shine. And that gives this the appearance that it's actually a little 3D looking, right? So we kind of see the shine of the balloon. So I want you to do that next. I'm gonna pause again so that you can add your shade and your shine. And you can do the same thing on your triangle and your tail. Put on the bottom part of the triangle, your shade, the top part, your shine. Do that to all your little pieces, and then you can cut them out, all right? I'm gonna press pause again so you can do that. All right, so now we have 7 balloons, a nose, and a tail. All right, so let's put it together, boys and girls. So your little doggy is going to be on this little cement slab here in front of the park. Behind them is the city. All right, so let us start by deciding where the sunshine is. All right, in my picture, I think I'm gonna make the sunshine over here, okay? So the reason we need to know that is because we wanna know where the shine should go. So that means that all the white shine on my balloons are gonna be facing the sunshine. The shade is gonna be on the other side, all right? So let's start gluing. And I'm gonna glue kind of quickly but you can take your time and decide. I feel like his leg would be a little bit slanted, and I'm putting my shine by my little imaginary sun over here. Maybe I'm the sunshine. All right, so there's one leg. I'm gonna put on the body, and again, the shine is on top of the body because the sun is up here, not under here. All right, I'm gonna do his head right there. Oops, that's not his head. I guess that's his body too, or his neck. I'm gonna do his face here. Again, my shine is on the top. I hope I'm doing this right. We'll find out, right? I'm gonna put another little leg down here so he doesn't fall over. There he is. So cute. All right. I'm gonna put on his ear. And do you see my shine is still facing my sun every time. And finally, his tail. Right here. So cute, this little guy. All right, and then the tip of his tail is right here. And his little nose is off the page. And the thing about this is, boys and girls, usually we make dog and cat noses kind of a little bit more pointy and sticking out, like ours, like mine. But in this case, when you tie off the balloon, the skinny part is closest to the balloon. So I'm gonna just stick it right there. All right, can you see that? I stuck it right to my paper, but that's okay. When I take it off, it'll be connected. And I could have planned it a little bit better, couldn't I have? And moved him over just a bit, but that's okay. He's still super cute, isn't he? And of course, I'm gonna have to sign it, so I will do that right away in a tricky spot. Let's see. Maybe I'm gonna sign it right in the stained glass. C-A-E. And we're done. So I hope you have fun making your little balloon dog. Line him up a little bit better than I did, but that's okay. I can see my church, I can see my buildings, so cute. He's at the park, and hopefully lots of friends are walking by and saying, wow, that's a cool sculpture, right? Just like they must every time they see one of Jeff Koons. So check him out and post for sure whatever you come up with today. If you don't have all this paper and you're like, hey, I could probably draw one, you sure can. And you can add the shine and you can add the shade on all your parts too, and it will look so cute. So send me a picture to icorc@mtcps.org. I'll post it for you, or you can put it on my Glitter and Glue with Mrs. Icor's Facebook page. I can't wait to see you again. We miss you so much, but know that you are loved and that we are looking forward to being together again. All right, take care and have a great weekend, boys and girls.